going to be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Even though we've had a few major hurricanes rock the U.S. already this year, believe it or not, only about 7% of them ever actually reached Category 5 status. And of that 7%, only a handful end up making it landfall, which is a blessing because when they do, it's devastating. And if you've ever paid attention to the buzz that's been coming out of the George Peterson camp over the last few weeks, then you already know that they believe that he's about to bring a Category 5 level energy to the 212 stage this weekend. We all know that George is a perennial top 3 threat dating back to when he was competing in classic physique a few years ago. So we're not breaking any news here in saying that he has a real chance to win. But if you know George Peterson and you know his team, then you know that they haven't been this confident heading into Olympia weekend before. So if all of the Category 5 stuff is true, well, everyone else better board up their windows because he's about to do some major damage. For the most part, I'm a big believer in the if it ain't broke, don't fix it philosophy. If it works, you must be doing something right, so you should probably ride it out instead of taking a detour because you think it'll get you from point A to B faster. And if you've won almost all of your career shows as a pro, and the only blemish on your resume is an 8th place finish at the Olympia in your rookie year, which is where Hunter Labrada is right now, well, there ain't a whole lot of fixing that you need to do, is there? According to Hunter, his body is still making changes daily, and he's excited to show off the improvements that he's made since he won the Chicago Pro a few months ago. Obviously, the Olympia is a completely different animal, and the level of competition is a lot higher than what he faced in Chicago. But given how consistent he's been at every step of the way, I don't think the level of competition really matters. He always rises to the occasion, and as long as he doesn't try to reinvent the wheel over the next few days, there's no reason to believe that he won't do it again. A long time ago, I had someone tell me that preparation was the key to confidence. For whatever reason, those words have stuck with me for close to 20 years now. So when I saw the pictures that James Hollingshead released a few days ago and read the quotes about how confident he is in the look heading into the biggest weekend of his career, it all makes sense because those two things go hand in hand when you know that you're coming in fully prepared. James has never been this big, this conditioned, or detailed at any point in his career. And if there was ever a time for him to pull all 3 of those things together, well, this would be it. Because when it's all said and done, it'll be the confidence and the preparation that end up pushing him to compete for a spot in the top 10 this year. And finally, we're closing out the show today with a fact check for some of the keyboard warriors out there who spent all of last weekend blowing up comment sections about how, well, Nick Walker was overrated after he won the Arnold Classic. So I want to share some numbers with you guys. Athlete A places 11th and 14th in his first 2 career shows, then goes on to place 16th in his first Olympia. Athlete B places 4th in his pro debut at the Arnold, 3rd in his next show, and 15th at the Olympia debut later that season. While Athlete C places 4th in his debut, wins his second show, then wins his third show, which just so happened to be the Arnold Classic. What does this all mean? Well, now for those of you who are still paying attention, Athlete A is Ronnie Coleman, Athlete B is Jay Cutler, and Nick Walker is Athlete C. Do you see what I'm getting here? I'm not saying that Nick is going to be a multi-time Olympia winner, but the idea that people are saying that he's overrated or somehow receives too much coverage is just nuts. Outside of Phil Heath, he's had one of the best starts to his career out of any athlete in the modern era. He deserves the hype, he earned it, and regardless of how you feel about him or the level of competition that he's faced, The man shows up and gets the job done, period. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, of course, but not their own facts. And in this case, at least right now, the facts speak for themselves. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.